When you say XML, it stands for Extensible Markup Language. Okay. So why do we need to learn XML? Because in DITA, when you're learning DITA, the backend of DITA is XML. Okay. So
Okay.
you need to know XML to some extent, not extensively, because you're not going to do the programming for XML. Okay.
Okay.
This is done by developers.
Okay.
XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. E
Okay.
is silent. E is silent, so it's extensible. XML is markup language much like HTML.
Okay.
HTML is designed to store data, not to display data. XML is used for storing data, whereas HTML is used to display data. XML,
Okay. Don't you think it's a significant difference that XML is used to store data while HTML is used to display data?
yes, when you say store data, it stores at the back end. Okay. We cannot see
Okay.
the program, means it doesn't make any impact until you have a software that can use the program.
So that means to say this tool is entirely for storing data only.
Yes, it is used for storing data.
What kind of data is that?
Documentation, when you have softwares, data, XML is also used by developers extensively for storing
Okay.
their data. Not to
Okay.
display data, XML is a software and hardware independent tool used for carrying information. XML tags are not predefined. You can define your own tags. Unlike in HTML, where you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6, paragraph tag or ordered list, unordered list. You don't have anything of that in XML. You can create your own tags. XML,
What are tags used for?
what?
What are the tags used for in XML?
I'll come to that.
Okay. Is it okay if I interrupt you with these questions, or you want me to just?
You can ask me, no problem.
Okay.
XML is designed to be self-descriptive. XML is a World Wide Web 3 consortium recommendation. You must have heard of World Wide Web, right? 3
Yeah.
consortium recommendation. Then what does XML do? Wrap information within custom tags. Someone must write a piece of software to send, receive, or display it. Okay, so this is a small program in XML. It is a note
Yeah.
to Tom from Jani. Heading is reminder. Body is don't forget me this weekend. So this is the way you write a XML program. You don't have any specific tags.
One second. This is how you write the XML program.
This is how you write an XML program.
Okay. Fine.
With XML, you invent your own tags. The tags in the previous example, like to, from, are not defined in any XML standard. These tags are invented by the author of the XML document. This is because the XML language
They are
has
not.
to see it is invented by the author, means I created the tags. Okay. It is not any predefined tags. There is no anything that is there. It is like a clean slate. You can create your own tags.
But
This
what do you mean by tag exactly?
these are tags. This one, two.
Two is a tag, from is a tag, right?
From is a tag. Heading is a
Heading,
tag. Body is a
heading,
tag.
body is a tag. Note is also a tag.
Yes. That
So
is a
those tags are.
that is a root element, and these are the child element.
And it's written here, they are not defined in any XML standard. Like there is no conventional standards in XML, like these are the tags. They have
No,
been invented by the author.
exactly.
Means every time you write an XML document, you can invent your own tags, is it?
Exactly.
So then at least you have to predefine the tags, what they mean.
No, it's basically only the starting first line is predefined. The rest of it is created by the author itself.
Yeah, but when you create a tag, you have to at least define what the tag means, right?
So that's why this is a message. Here, this is a message. Here is it. So this is a message. Okay. A note to talk from Jani. Heading is a
Yeah.
reminder.
See, you have started to use this tag to, from, etc. You have to at least define what the tag means. Right? How will you? Achha, it's not a program, right? This is not a program. It's like just to store data.
This is a program that is used to store data.
Yeah, but if some other, let's say, programming language, the front end language tries to access this data, it should at least understand what the meaning of this data is, right? How will it understand?
No, XML is supported by some softwares like Oxygen, XMetal, and all of that.
Okay,
So that
that's supported. But what do the supporting tools do?
what?
See, my question to you is, let's say I introduce a new word and I ask somebody like you to use it. I'm on the back end, or somebody on the front end wants to use that word. Let's say I've defined a new word. If the person on the front end doesn't know what
The
that
new
word
word
means, how,
can
he
be
can.
message. The new
Huh?
word can be message. Okay.
Sorry, what is that?
The
I
new
didn't get.
word can be a message.
I'm just giving an example. So in this case, I'm saying if two is a tag, if something at the front end wants to access this data, it sees this tag two. If it doesn't know what the meaning of the tag is, how it will understand what data is there? My question clear?
No.
See, you say XML is we are using XML code only to store data, right? At the backend.
Yes, tell me.
So whatever data has been stored, something at the front end, if it wants to access the data, should at least understand what is written in that data, right?
Yeah, it will understand because there's no any predefined tags there. So it's
Well, that's what is not clear to me. If the tag is not predefined, if the something at the front end doesn't understand what that tag means, how will it understand what data is there? Or it doesn't care of the tags.
it considers the tag. It will obviously definitely be able to analyze what it is. See, like instead of a note, I'm putting a message. Okay. And the message is like um, name. I'm giving name. Okay. Two. Instead of two, I'm saying um, name. Okay. And
Yeah.
I'm giving a name. And I'm closing it with a name. Okay. Slash name. And then address. The address. And then I'm giving the address. And I'm closing with an address. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've got a contact number. So I'm giving the contact number itself, okay, as a
Okay.
tag. Contact number, then I give the number and I close it with a slash contact number.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's the tag. The contact number is a tag.
yes.
Yeah. So now that tag has not been predefined.
It's not predefined. The XML, the program understands it because it's defined that way.
Okay. Now let's say something at the front end tries to access this data. If it sees this program, how will it understand which is the relevant data? It just picks up whatever data is between the tags, is it? It's like that.
You
It
can
doesn't care what the tag.
see
It doesn't care what the tag says.
you do one thing. You create this. You do this in Notepad and save
Okay.
it as a .xml.
Okay. Now
Yeah, no.
in Notepad, is it?
In Notepad and save it as dot whatever name you want to give .xml. If you don't want to give to and from, you can give name
Any other tag that I want.
like name, first name, last name, heading, body, and name. Try this itself.
Yeah, this is all I'm writing. So I save it as .xml, right?
Yeah, .xml.
Okay, I saved it now.
Now open the scene with the enter the same. Next, what is that you have browser? What's the browser you have? Chrome.
In Chrome, I should open it,
Yes.
not in Microsoft Edge, is it?
No Chrome. Whichever you have.
Yeah, so I opened it.
What happens?
It just says this XML file does not appear to have any style information associated with it. The document tree is shown with.
What?
This XML file does not appear to have any style information associated with it. The document tree is shown with.
Can you see anything on that?
Sorry?
Can you see the program that you created on it?
Yeah, the program also is showing C node to
That's
from it.
you haven't created a CSS so that command this thing is coming. So whatever you do, it will come in blue color, right? It's in blue
Comes
color,
in,
right?
yeah, it's in grayish color.
Grayish
A
blue.
bluish, grayish blue, yeah.
It didn't do.
Yeah, it is in blue color. To, node, from, everything, all the tags are in blue color.
Yeah. So that is how the output will look like.
If you run the XML file.
That is how you're saving it as an XML file. When you run it, it will have this is how it will look.
That's fine. That's okay. But anyway, let's proceed. Maybe once I learn more about XML, this doubt will be clear too.
The tags in the previous example, to and from, are not defined in any XML standard. These tags are invented by the author of the XML document. This is because XML has no predefined tags. The tags used in HTML are predefined. HTML documents can only use tags defined in the HTML standard, like paragraph, H1, etc. XML allows the author to define his or her own tags and his or her own document structure. XML is now as important for the web as HTML to the foundation of the web. XML is the most common tool used to transmit data between different applications. XML is used for web development, often to simplify data storage and sharing. So XML is used for web development. It is often used to simplify data storage and sharing. So you store the data and you share the data with other programs. XML simplifies data sharing. Data sharing. In real-world, computer systems and databases contain data in incompatible format. XML data is stored in plain text format. This provides a hardware-independent way of storing data. This makes it much easier to create data than can be shared by different applications. So it is used to store plain text format. You cannot have, there's no much of formatting. There is formatting in it. You can create a CSS and apply the CSS to this XML program. I will show you an XML program which has a CSS. This makes it much easier to create data that can be shared by different applications. XML simplifies data transport. One of the most time-consuming challenges for developers is to exchange data between incompatible systems over the net. Exchanging data as XML greatly reduces this complexity, since the data can be read by different incompatible applications. Is it clear?
One second, I'm just going through these 2 points. Okay, but it's not clear on how it can be read, right?
No.
It's okay. That's just-
Upgrading to new systems, hardware or software platforms is always time consuming. Large amount of data must be converted and incompatible data is often lost. So when you don't have a compatible tags, the data is often lost. XML data is stored in text format. This makes it easier to expand or upgrade to new operating systems, new applications, or new browsers without losing data. So this is an XML tree. The element in an XML document form a document tree. The tree starts at the root and branches to the lower level of the tree, that is the leaves. All elements can have sub-elements, that is child elements. The term parent, child, and sibling are used to describe the relationship between elements. Parent elements are children. Children on the same level are called siblings, brothers or sisters. So this is the root, that is the parent, the child, and the subchild. Okay. So you have subchild 1, subchild 2, child, and root. Root is the parent. XML documents use a self-describing and simple syntax. Example, you always should start with the XML version 1.0. Okay, this is how you have to start. Like you open doc type HTML. Similarly, you have to give this tag when you're opening an XML program. The first line in the XML declaration will define the XML version 1.0. So it says version 1.0. The next line describes the root element of the document, like saying this document is a note. The next 4 lines describe the 4 child elements of the root: to, from, heading, and body.
1 second. You could just go to the previous doc and show me the declaration XML declare first line. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. You can proceed. I'll just have a look at this slide once more. Just please wait. Okay, yeah, you can proceed. So every time the XML document is written, it's to be written this way only. First, you have to define it.
Yes,
Then you have to write the root element, describe the root element.
yes,
Then you have to write the fourth child element.
yes.
Finally, last line defines the end of the root. Yeah, fine.
The root element.
Every time an XML document is written like this only, is it?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
And finally, the last line defines the end of the root element. You can assume from this example that the XML document contains a note to Toby from Jan. XML syntax rules. The syntax rules of XML are very simple and logical. The rules are easy to learn and easy to use. All XML elements must have a closing tag. In XML, a closing tag is a must. All elements must have a closing tag. And it should be, if you're using a lowercase, you have to use a lowercase. You cannot use a combination of lowercase and uppercase.
One second. In XML, a closing tag is a must. All elements must have a closing tag. It's similar to HTML, no?
Yes,
What has an opening tag should have a closing tag.
yes.
Yeah, fine.
XML tags are case sensitive. XML tags are case sensitive. The tag letter is different from the tag letter. Why letter? Because this cell is uppercase and this is lowercase. So the program will not understand. It has to be both uppercase or both lowercase. Opening and closing tag must be written in the same case. So message. This is incorrect because you're closing it with a lowercase. Message. This is correct because you have message and message in the same tag. Note. Opening and closing tags are often referred to as start and end tags. Use whatever you prefer. It is exactly the same thing. XML elements must be properly nested. In XML, all elements must be properly nested within each other. So you can't, when you're putting in HTML, I can say bold, italic, and then I can close it with slash bold and slash italic. That is not permitted in XML. It has to go in a systematic way. In the example,
So the first example that is there, bold italic, then this is bold italic, then closing tags. That's not permitted, right? That's not the correct thing.
no.
Okay.
In the example above, properly nested simply means
Yeah.
that
Okay.
the I element is opening inside the B element. It must be closed inside the B element.
Yeah, it's a nested statement.
Yes. XML documents must have a root element. XML documents must contain one element that is a parent of all other elements. This element is called the root element.
Okay, fine.
XML attribute values must be quoted. In XML, the attribute values must always be quoted. Example, date attribute, note date. It has to come within quotes. To Toby from Jani. And then note.
One second. Let me. Yeah, one second. First of all, you said you should have a parent tag, no? Every XML document.
Yeah, this is the parent. Note is the parent.
Okay.
The to and from are the child elements.
Okay, fine.
The processing instruction PI is an XML node type which may occur anywhere in the document, intended to carry instructions to the application. An XML processing instruction is encoded within a question mark, content, and question mark. Example, this is a style sheet. Okay, so XML style type is equal to text/CSS. href is style type style.css. Entity reference. Some characters have a special meaning in XML. If you place a character like
That's that.
greater than inside an XML element, it will generate an error because the parser interprets it as the start of the new element. It will generate an XML error.
One second.
For example, message, if salary is greater than 1,000, then message. Okay. So what?
One second. Just when you say the message is the parent tag, I put a character inside an XML element.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
There are 5 predefined references in XML. Less than, greater than, ampersand, apostrophe, and quotation mark. So whenever you have to put and this thing lesser than symbol, you have to give it as ampersand LT. And if you want to give greater than, you have to give ampersand GT. And for and, it is apostrophe is ampersand APOS, and quotation is QUOT. The entity reference includes mathematical symbols, Greek characters, various arrows, technical symbols, and shapes. For the complete list, visit. You can make a note of this HTTP World Wide Web Consortium is full.
One second. What is this entity reference?
Entity reference is basically, see, it's like this.
Oh yeah, I think you explained in the previous way.
Here,
Yeah, okay, fine. To avoid errors.
yes,
Oh, okay, so there are some predefined conventions to be used in XML.
yes.
Okay, fine.
The syntax for writing comments in XML is as shown below. This is a comment. Comments cannot come at the very top of the document. In XML, only the XML declaration should come first. Comments may not be nested one inside another. You must close your first comment before you open a second.
One second.
Comments cannot occur within tags. Example, tag and /tag.
Okay.
C data is character data. C data is text in a document that should not be parsed by the XML parser. Parser is what which transmits. When you have
Okay.
a large block of XML code, you would like to comment out. C data lowercase is incorrect. Syntax. So you have a exclamation.
1 second. C data is text that should not be passed.
By the XML parser, the transmitter, XML transmitter.
Okay.
When you have a large block of XML code, you would like to comment out. C data lowercase is incorrect. Syntax, C data, data entered here will not be passed. To comment out XML tags, you need to use the C data tag. Greeting, hello world, greeting. Okay, C data. This information is data for the XML document, but ignore when it is passed, when it is transmitted. C data tag, even this tag is ignored. But the tag following the next line is again part of the XML code. That is goodbye world. You start with hello world and then you close it with a goodbye world. White space in XML. XML treats white spaces, white space, attached spaces, tabs, carries, returns the way XML does. Means it doesn't recognize if how much of a space you give it will club it as one. Multiple white space characters are collapsed down to just one. White space within the data strings is preserved. An XML element is everything from including the element start tag to the element's end tag. An element will contain other elements, text, attributes, or a mix of all of the above. XML elements must follow these naming rules. Names can contain letters, numbers, and other characters. Name cannot start with a number or punctuation character. Names cannot start with the letter XML or any of these. Okay? Names cannot contain spaces. Any name can be used. No words are reserved. XML elements can be extended to carry more information. Look at the following XML example. Note. So it's the same thing. Let's imagine that we create an application that extracted the to, from, and body elements from the XML document to produce output. Now imagine that the author of the XML document added some extra information to it. Instead of to and from, they've given date, okay, and slash date, to, from, heading, that is reminder, slash heading, Body, don't forget me this weekend.
One second. One. Okay, fine.
Should the application break or crash? No, the application should still be able to find the to, from, and body elements in the XML document produce the same output. Attributes. Attributes provide additional information about elements. Attributes often provide information that is not a part of the data. In the example below, the file type is irrelevant to the data, but can be important to the software that wants to manipulate the element. Note date. So attribute values must always be quoted. Either single or double quotes can be used. For a person's gender, the person's element can be written like this. Person's gender, female. Person, gender, female. So it can be double quotes or single quotes, it doesn't matter. If the attribute value itself contains double quotes, you can use single quotes like this example. Gangster name. So you have George, shotgun, Ziegler. So shotgun is the additional name. What do you say? The surname. Okay. Or you can use the character, entities, gangster name, short. Instead of quote here, you're saying quote, shotgun, ampersand, MD, QOT, and Ziegler. XML elements versus attributes. Take a look at these examples. Person, gender, female. First name, Anna, first name. Last name, Smith, last name, person. So you are not using the gender here, you're closing it with a /person. Okay. Then this is the element and this is the attribute. Person, gender, female, /gender, first name, Anna, first name, last name, Smith, last name, person. Okay. So here you're giving person as an independent tag, whereas here it is clubbed with gender. So this is the element and this is the attribute. In the first example, the gender is an attribute, and the last gender is an element. Both elements, examples provide the same information. There are no rules about when to use attributes or when to use elements. In XML, my advice is to avoid attributes and use elements instead. This is better than this. Okay?
Okay. The second way of using.
Yes. Expanded element, an element, note, date, note, expanded, note, date. In that again, you have further split it into day, month, year, and date is put background and note. Avoid XML attributes. Some of the problems with using attributes are attributes cannot contain multiple values. Elements can. Attributes cannot contain tree structure. Elements can. Attributes are not easily expandable for future changes. Attributes are difficult to read and maintain. Use elements for data. Use attributes for information that is not relevant to the data. So, XML attributes for metadata. Sometimes ID references are assigned to elements. These IDs can be used to identify XML elements. The example demonstrates this. Messages. Note ID 501 to dog from Jani. Body, don't forget this message. This weekend. Note. Note ID 502 to Jani from dog. Body, I will not. Note and message. So here you have 2 is dog, here it is 2 is Jani, from is Jani, here it is dog, and I will not forget is the message. The ID attributes above are for identifying the different nodes. It is not a part of the node itself.
1 second. The ID attribute. Okay.
A well-formed XML. XML to correct syntax is well-formed XML. A well-formed XML document has correct XML syntax. The syntax rules are described in the previous slides. XML documents must have a root element. XML element must have a closing tag. XML tags are case sensitive. XML elements must be properly nested. XML attribute values must be imported. A valid XML document is a well-formed XML document which also confirms the rules of the document type definition, that is the DTD. XML version 1.0, note, don't the same message. XML coding is done in Notepad. Save the Notepad document which has XML coding with the extension as x.xml. Save the Notepad document which has CSS coding with the extension as .css. Viewing XML files. Raw XML files can be viewed in all major browsers. Browser XML view example. So this is how the I think this is how you got the output, right?
One second. Raw XML files can be viewed all. Browser XML. Yeah, okay.
Viewing an invalid XML file, if an erroneous XML file is open, the browser will report the error. Look at this XML error. XML parsing error mismatch because you have used
Okay, Anita, I'll just be back in 2 minutes.
yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Anita,
Yeah. So can you
I'm
see
back.
from
Yeah.
Jani? You can see that there is a spelling issue. From is F from F double times. Okay. So that is why it's showing an error. If I put F here, F uppercase here, then it
Okay.
won't throw an error. If you consider
Okay.
it as a new tag.
Okay.
It doesn't understand any program, any language per se. If I put F here, uppercase F, it will
Okay.
not throw an error.
Okay.
Okay.
And the starting tag, right? You mean?
Yeah.
But
XML,
at the ending tag, if you put small f, then it will throw an error.
yeah,
At
then
the starting,
XML
yeah, that makes sense, right?
do not carry information about how to display the data. Since the XML tags are invented by the author of the XML document, browsers do not know if a tag like table describes an HTML table or a dining table.
One second.
Without any information about how to display the data, all browsers will just display the XML document as it is.
One second. Okay. Fine.
With CSS, you can add display information in an XML document. It is possible to use CSS to format an XML document. Forming an XML document with CSS is most common method.
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
So you have XML version 1.0. This is the calling the CSS. Okay. And then you have a catalog, CD, title, artist, country, company, price, year, CD, and catalog. Okay. So,
One second. One.
so
So this is an example of an XML document, right?
yes, with the
So
CSS.
it has a CSS file initially. And you say it's a catalog. What is that catalog type?
Catalog is it's a tag.
Okay. So that's a user defined type.
Yes. It is a parent tag.
Okay. Inside that there are the child tags.
Child is the CD.
So you
The
mean to say the first tag that is defined is the parent tag?
parent tag, child, these are the subchilds.
Okay.
Child
So
and
yeah.
parent.
So when the data has to be collected, only the child data will be collected, right?
Yes.
Or may I even the sub-child data?
Yeah. Catalog
Okay.
background color green with 100% margin. This is the CSS, and this is how the output will look like.
One second. Okay, fine.
The theory of XML is over. I'm going to give you some practical exercise. I want you to do it now.
Okay. But
What?
the software do I need?
You don't need any software. All that you need is a browser and a notepad.
What is the browser itself, right?
What?
No, it's okay. Let's start.
I want you to do this.
It's I can't see your screen. I can only see your screen. So. Okay, what is the task to do?
Exactly the way it is.
Just have to copy entire thing.
Yes,
The whole code that is given, I just have to copy it.
yes, yes, yes. Exactly the way it is.
Okay, done. Should I save it as a .xml file?
Yeah. And take
Once again, I'll just check. I'll just recheck the code. You just go at the starting. You please go at the starting where it is given the. Oh, this code continues, is it? After Japan, there's Tango in Spanish. Yeah, done. The whole code is there. Should I save it as .xml?
Yes.
Yeah. Open it in
Now
open it in Chrome, right?
this one is a CSS. One second, I'll stop sharing. You have to call it as product.css.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah, almost done. Just rechecking the code.
Save it as a .css file.
Yeah. Not just .css file, right? I should say the .css file, right? Yeah, save it as CSS file.
You save it as .css.
Yeah.
Did you open your other notepad where you have the
Right.
program?
I'll open it in Microsoft Edge.
No, first you first. Did you give this second line exactly the way it is here? Did you call your CSS as product.css?
Yes. So that CSS file, I have to call it in the XML file, right?
Yeah, that is the second line here.
Yeah, one second. Yeah, right. In the XML file, that is the CSS file is there.
Okay, now
And now this file I'll run in Microsoft Edge, right?
yeah, you can do it. No problem. Does your output look like this?
One second. Yeah, all this text data has appeared, but it's not appeared like this. Proper coloring, underline, everything that has not appeared. Just appeared in one straight line.
Why? Did it appear like this? 1 second.
I can't see anything on the screen. This was
1
screen
second, 1 second. Did it come like this?
the the document in this Chrome, right? In Chrome or Firefox, it should appear like this.
What?
The file, that the XML file, it's in Notepad. The code is written in Notepad.
Yeah, you're opening it as in the browser, right?
Yeah, so I should open this file in the browser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I open in browser, it doesn't appear like the output appears in a straight line.
That's what is it appearing like this?
Huh?
In a straight
That's
line.
all. It's not appearing this way. The way you're showing on the screen right now, it's not appearing that way.
Why it's coming in a straight line?
The output like Delta 804, Denmark, Golf, etc. It's appearing in one straight line.
Anyway, it's getting recorded. Try this out.
Okay, fine.
It should appear like this.
Okay, I can't see anything on the screen right now. How it should appear? Please show me.
This is how it should appear.
Yeah, okay, fine. I try to sort this issue. Why it's not appearing like this? Say, for example, this output that is there, no, all this text is appearing on my screen, but it doesn't appear the way it appears on the screen, where delta is colored, underlined, then 800. It just appears in a straight line, delta 804, Denmark, Golf, etc. And one straight line as text form.
No, you go through the recording and you see what is the problem.
Okay.